thought we were cool, and then I see you got me doing something after you. And now I know you don't like me. So maybe I'll spend 2 minutes. Trevor asked if I would do something at this sort of diverse community celebrating arts with the theme of redemption. And I said, well, what do you want me to do? You want me to speak because I do sermons? You know, I'm a rabbi at Beit Tshuva. And he said, sure. You know, are you good rap? Because I'm a hip-hop MC. So I'll do 2 minutes of speaking and then rap. There you go. So maybe I'll talk for a second just about this place that I grew up at, Beit Tshuva. I say grew up there. I was sentenced there for 6 months. In 2003, I was 21 years old. And I was facing 4 years in prison for trafficking and possession with intent to sell. And I went there with an intention of getting out of trouble. And I went there on automatic pilot. And I had lived on automatic pilot pretty much my whole life. And something happened there, a light turned on and an awakening happened. It wasn't like a burning bush experience, but it was, I suddenly had questions about life that I had just never asked. You know, I think I just had assumed that I knew everything there was to know by the age of 15. But at 21, I realized I didn't know everything, and I started to ask questions, and there were wise people there. One of them was this guy, Rabbi Mark Borovitz, friends with your Uncle Harvey. And they had answers to questions, not capital T truth answers, but answers that made sense for my life. And Beit Teshuvah, that's the name of the place. Beit means house. Tshuva means to turn. To turn, sometimes back, sometimes turn in a new direction. It means to transform. It means redemption, coincidentally. And what people are there trying to do is they're trying their best to get their stories together. There's all these different parts we all have. And everybody's really trying to grab all these parts and collect them and put them in the right direction towards light, towards God, towards hope, towards faith. But it's really hard, you know, because we're complicated and there's a lot to get together to make growth. And often how people get there, I'll speak about me, how I got there. I was a very curious child at 3 or 4 years old. And at 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, I went from curious to mischievous. And at 9, 10, 11, I became a young delinquent. 12, 13, 14, on and on, I became a criminal. Really, I was just rebellious. You know, people would tell me one thing, I'd like to do another. I'd like to do what I wanted to do. And I think really what's happening at Beit Teshuvah is we're all taking those rebellious parts of ourselves. We just, you know, God wants us to shine. We want to shine. And we're learning how to focus it in the right direction. You know, because we all have that yearning in us. And I believe that's what we're supposed to do. So I wrote a song. I actually haven't done hip-hop in a long time. It's kind of a former life. You know, I haven't performed. I performed sometimes over there, but anywhere else I haven't. So I'm back reincarnated. And I wrote a song called Rebel Spirit. It was the last song I wrote. It was about a year ago. I'm going to do it with Trevor. He's going to do guitars and harmonies, and I'm going to rap and excuse my singing. I'm going crazy. Everything that they told me, everything that I've been through, they shouldn't picture me rolling, they shouldn't figure me folding. Shit that I've been through, Pops, you still a loner. Props go out to Tupac, inspired me to get over all of my struggles, but struggle is never over. I am a rolling stoner, ain't trying to be no deadbeat. Dad, so don't let me pass stray away from my feet. Now please don't let me pass. I see the lights off the rain-soaked roads reflecting. Think about my life, how I ain't got no direction. Just questions, got spikes coming out my eyes like timbers. Judging people for their jewels like ice, December, the seasons. The moon and stars I used to worship like the gods. Say the freaks come out at night, fancy masks, fancy cars. Ghost eyes form their stairs, they got secrets in their pocket. But you hear us kicks and snares, and it's gonna sunny air, oh yeah. Getting tribal, but that's always been my vibe. Got my inner people gang, we just trying to survive. Like, if you got a rebel spirit, go set it free. Don't let them hold you down. No way, no how. Can't live your life in the passenger seat, no, 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 no. turn to fly again. Reminiscing about being a youngster on the corner of Sacramento and some other street that's drinking peppermint schnapps. Cousin Jason was buying 40s of OD and Mickey's. I can't believe that hip-hop is oldies and Jay-Z's 40. I mean, this shit just really hit me. I got a love for the music like the drugs with the hippies. Shouts out to Kendrick, repping Compton City often. My peace be from the Bay, we're on dough like Boston. Easy for me to get lost in. Eccentric is how I describe the vibe. I think a lot of thoughts that don't mean shit to the ink settle. I trip they head out because most people think little. My brain's storms a tsunami, all forms origami. Talking eastern on western directions to sunset. Windows, the highlighted speakers on violation. High on vibrations, I just gotta let them hear it. Rebel spirit and rebel orientation. Can't worry about the ornaments. Trees grow leaves with the papers that you burn them in. Level up, I understand, underland, permanent, underground. Reach the crowd, but at least I'll reach the crowd. If I ever break the surface, promise it won't be on purpose. Let's keep going first time and go back to that. If you got a rebel spirit, go set it free. Don't let them hold you down. There's no way, no how. Can't live your life in the passenger seat. No, 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 no. So it'll be your turn to fly again. So it'll be your turn to fly again. Well, I was thinking about my moms. I was thinking about the song. I was thinking about the prophets. I was thinking about the rockets and the Keem Olajuwon. I was thinking of metaphors and getting high and getting bored with metaphors about getting high. Clever words, I use them. Elusive dreams, I chase them. Like a house with a view of the ocean. Think we's a lost generation. I think we might be hopeless. Handful of millionaires, a whole bunch of homeless. Just talking California, real talk, I'm still smoking. It's still Oakland and Berkeley, don't get enough props. The South Side might hurt me, got their mouth wide open. Hoping for a revolution, Obama to let me down, so I'm going to cape the roof and talking camel through a needle's nose. Black magic, no black cars or black cards, profits or crack addicts. Suicidal, alcoholic, asthmatic through diagnosis. I've been self-medicating with just the proper dosage. I don't feel no pain. I'm no stranger to cocaine. I chased the brown with the white and then I did that shit again. Mama calls me her man child, cause I ran wild. Never asked for no hands out. Put your hands up, what you about? Put your hands up, what you about? Or put your hands up, what you about? If you got a rebel spirit, go set it free.